In the majestic mansion, where every corner exuded luxury and impeccable taste, the day promised to be solemn. The entire house was decorated for the upcoming wedding. White roses, crystal chandeliers, soft lighting, and exquisite fragrances filled the air. The groom, a young billionaire and heir to a dynasty built on honesty and hard work, welcomed his loved ones and attended to the final preparations. His bride, elegant and refined in appearance, rustled through the halls in a lavish green dress like a peacock accustomed to attention. Her gait exuded confidence, but her eyes held arrogance. She saw the palace, the servants, and even her future husband as mere props in the grand stage of her own life. On the first floor, near the grand staircase, an elderly cleaning woman mopped the black and white marble floor. Her gray hair was tied in a bun, her uniform modest, her hands clad in yellow rubber gloves, and her gaze filled with humility. She tried to remain unnoticed. Despite her age, she worked tirelessly, always the first to arrive and the last to leave. Many in the house overlooked her, but she had one distinguishing feature: eyes that radiated warm, patient love. When the bride approached the staircase, she abruptly stopped. The floor was wet. In her stilettos, she had to slow her pace. Displeasure flared within her instantly. She marched up to the cleaner and, without a second thought as to who might be watching, raised her hand in irritation and struck the woman on the head as if she were not a person but an obstacle. The woman cried out in shock, nearly falling. The mop clattered to the floor. At that moment, the groom appeared on the staircase. He stood frozen. A few seconds stretched into eternity. He looked at the cleaner's face, at his mother's face. Yes, she wore no expensive jewelry, shunned attention, and never demanded anything from life. But she was the one who had raised him alone, working 3 jobs, denying herself everything. She was the one who had instilled in him honor, kindness, and compassion. No one in his circle knew who she truly was. At her request, he had never revealed her identity, respecting her modesty. Slowly, he walked to his mother, helped her pick up the mop, and turned his gaze to the bride. Surprise flickered in her eyes, then fear. She still didn't understand what had happened. But his expression held no rage, no words, only silent, final disappointment. He uttered just one word: leave. There would be no wedding. Love without respect for his roots, for those who had paved the way for his success, was worthless. He chose family. He chose heart over facade. And on that day, the mansion ceased to be just a symbol of power and wealth. It became a home where truth triumphed over appearances, and where a woman with a bucket and mop stood as the only true queen.